This story is about a girl whose husband is one. He is an army officer but disabled while fighting. After that, he married his wife. Now he cannot fulfill his wishes. The girl fell in love with her own servant. She quenches her thirst many times with a servant. Does that servant do good in the forest? It will make the girl's dry field green. We will see further in this video, so let's go. Let's start this movie with the beginning of the movie. We see two sisters in them, one named Delta and the other Connie. Connie was in love with an army officer, that is why she marries him. The officer's name was Cliff. After marriage, people do tremendous work. Cliff returned to the army the next day. Have to go, but Cliff during the warfare is crippled and sent back home. It is given to Connie when it is known Cliff's hand pump is no longer useful. Then she thinks that now water from my well. Who will take out Connie? Cliff hurt now? She takes care of Cliff in every work, used to help Clifton's disability. Even after that, Connie loved him very much. It was but inside only one hand was missing. It could have been done with the pump, but now the Cliff heart. Connie's wish was never fulfilled. Could do it because it is a hand pump. Wasn't doing but Connie to his cave. I had to blow up so that Cliff hurt. Kate puts her hand on her butterfly and Connie, it says, if not a hand pump, at least a hand. Let me wet my field now. Connie feels very lonely one day, takes Cliff out for a spin. This is where Cliff says this to Connie: yes, but we have to carry on our lineage. You know this, my hand pump now is of no use and neither am I. I'm sorry with you. You can make your farm green with the mop from which our lineage could also move forward. Connie, she says, what are you talking about? And why wet your field with a hand pump? Do but listen to the words of Cliff hurt. Connie was very happy inside. That's all. Cliff wanted to show her that he don't need someone else's hand pump. Cliff hurt again tells you to listen to me. We should take it because we need to carry our lineage forward to increase, and I have full confidence in you. Whomever you are with, Connie's sister will meet after a few days. Delta comes to meet her. That's Connie seeing that it is understood that it is Cliff hurt. Forget about taking care of yourself. Gone is there for the attention of Delta Clifford. She keeps a med to keep it. Cliff tells her to meet her today. Time will take care of you, and every day she will go out for a walk. After that, Connie goes for a walk in the woods. Just then Connie saw a man bathing there. Connie falls on seeing that man. Desires were awakened after this. Connie, that man goes and talks to him. Oliver reveals his name to Connie. Here turns out Oliver works for Cliff hurt, but Connie didn't care. He just wanted to quench his thirst after that, and she asks Oliver about his family. Then Oliver tells him, my wife is Minnie. She has drunk all the hand pump water. I divorced him because of these two. Connie would come home after the talks were over. Here's to remembering Connie. Oliver on her farm. It begins to wet itself. The next day, Connie would visit Oliver again. Yes, she sits and talks with Oliver. She loved talking to Oliver. It has been like this for many days now. Connie Rose goes to meet Oliver. Used to babysit, but one day when she goes to meet him, she herself can't control, and Oliver she clings closer to Oliver. Talk to yourself, I swear, because he was a servant. But there was an uproar in Connie's cave. That's why he slapped Oliver with his hand. Waters Connie's filled with a pump. Connie is very happy because after so many days he hand pump water. Connie comes to her house after drinking, but she has a crush on Oliver. Goes to meet and again her. Oliver is very good. Connie irrigates Connie's farm. She was very happy to find happiness as the evening came. Oliver goes to leave her now. Connie, always to wet your field. Oliver used to visit Connie. He was addicted to Oliver's hand pump. She has been living with Oliver every day, both now wherever they get a chance. These people are Pellin. Connie used to start the action. She notices that her watermelons are quite large. Have been. That is, now Connie is pregnant. That's why she would say this to Cliff the next day. Hi, me and my sister to watch an 8 show going to London for. Cliff understands this, that Connie would continue her lineage. The matter has been accepted, So she is going to London, but how did Cliff know that yet? This pot is filled by his servant. Connie wanted to show Cliff that this match of his belongs to a rich man in London is to meet Connie Oliver at night. She goes and tells him that she is going out and she will come in a couple of months. Connie Oliver, it also says here that I'm pregnant, and I know this has hurt been told too. Oliver asks, what did you say to Cliff hurt that kid? Who is the father? Connie says, I am the same K. I am going out so that Cliff, it seems that this child belongs to a rich man so that he may not suspect you. Oliver, he gets angry and says to Connie, Tom, just to get my hand pump. She used to come so that you could have a baby. You don't love me, but you do. I have been taken advantage of by Connie Oliver. A lot of anger comes from things and that here Oliver leaves, but she leaves her diary. It was almost forgotten. The next day Connie out to spin. Cliff Hurt takes it, but in one place of the cliff the car gets stuck, followed by Cliff Hurt call Oliver here for help. Connie tries to talk to Oliver, but Oliver ignores him and leaves. Goes now Connie on Cliff Hurt too. Anger was coming because it belonged to Cliff Hurt. Help, I was very tired after doing it once again to meet Connie Oliver. Oliver goes to her cottage. She says sorry to Oliver. She did not come to you for the child, but I love you very much and I can live without you. Also for divorcing me. Cliff Hurt granted. These people were just talking. Then it starts raining here. Connie out for a shower without clothes goes. Oliver also supports her here in the mansion. Cliff Connie's not until late. He was very upset because of his return, sent his servant to find Connie when the maid goes to the forest. She, Oliver and Connie having fun in the woods. Connie the maid appears. After that she quickly goes to the house to come home after Cliff Hurt on Connie. A lot anger happens so that anyone on the cliff too much. Connie gets angry. The next day Sister Delta comes to pick him up. Connie hears Delta CO Oliver. She tells him Oliver's hand loved the pump and that much from Oliver. Delta loves to hear this, surprised that Connie is in love with the servant. She was also angry with Connie for this. Connie Delta is followed by Oliver. She asks to meet both of them together. Now these people leave Cliff's mansion, have reached Oliver's cottage here. This is from Delta Oliver to both of you. Love should last only up to this cottage. If this matters somehow up to Clifford when he arrives, he fires you. After this, you will either stay here or not. Only your job after that. To you Connie, how can you keep your hand pump happy? It is only right to wet the field, because after this, neither do you have any money. There is no home, so how can you be happy? After saying all this, Delta would leave here. Oliver has also understood Delta's words. That's why Oliver tells Connie about Delta. Things are absolutely right, but that's enough for Connie. Just glitch along with Gap irrigates the field. Oliver says his last goodbye to Connie. After this, Delta took Connie to his house. Connie comes feeling very lonely. We used to live in Oliver's cottage here. I look forward to meeting him here. A friend of his arrives, but Oliver is not at home. That's when that man got Connie's diary here. Meets Connie about Oliver. I wrote everything about it here at Connie's. Now all the villagers get close to it. Tells us that our mistress's affair with a servant like Oliver. This is the whole thing. This thing now spreads like wildfire in the village. Cliff also knew that. He calls Oliver to him. He asks, I heard that you my wife's farm with her hand pump watered but by Oliver. Cliff, no matter what, that's why he doesn't answer either. Cliff fires Oliver and he left everything till evening and left here. Warning also gives all these things at the house. The maid also listens after that by calling her. Connie tells all these things afterwards. Connie also rushes back from London. Connie first met Oliver when she got here. Oliver goes to meet her. Was preparing for Connie to hi hum. Both of them should run away from here, but Oliver refuses. He says, I have no house and no money, but as soon as I have money I will sing. I'll come get you. Oliver. Connie leaves here now very sad. She comes here near her husband. Cliff says to her, You mean hi Tommy? He said that you should not give your farm to anyone you can now that the harvest is done. Refuse. Clifford says yes I do. It was said but I said it. You can win your farm from a rich man. Shouldn't he finish this thing with his own servant? It has spread in the village, so this child can't agree with this. A lot of anger comes from Clifford. She asks for divorce because she is now Cliff. She doesn't want to be with her. Clifford feels bad and he starts crying, but Connie doesn't care, does not fall, and he leaves his city. Connie returns after coming here. That feels lonely because she has Oliver. I was missing the hand pump of London a lot. Let everyone know about Connie too had paid. So now everyone suspected Connie. Let's look at one day Delta Connie. She gives a letter to Oliver, a place for Oliver to meet Connie, but Connie has called and goes to meet him here. These people are very happy to meet each other. Connie now has her favorite hand pump. There was a mistress and a servant here. The story of such movies ends.